Reaping everything I stole, so my karma come in heaven. No preliminary hearings on my record. I'm a motherfucking gangster. Silence for the record. Tell the world I know it's too late. Boys and girls, I think I've gone great. Trying to side my face this all day. Won't you please believe when I say, when you know we've been hurt, been down before. Nigga, when our pride was low, looking at the world like, where do we go? Nigga, and we hate poor. Wanna kill us dead in the street for sure. Nigga, I'm at the preacher's door. My knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright.
Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
What you want? You a house, you a car, 40 acres and a mule, a piano with guitar, anything. See, my name is Lucy, I'm your dog. Motherfucker, you can live in the mall. I can see the evil, I can tell it. I know it's illegal. I don't think about it. I deposit every other zero. Thinking of my partner, put the candy, petting on the Rico, digging in my pocket, and a profit big enough to feed you every day. My logic, get another dollar just to keep you in the presence of the Chico. I don't talk about it, be about it. Every day I see you. If I got it, then you know you got it. Ever I can reach you. Pet dog, my dog, that's all. Big bag and chat, I trap it back for y'all. I rap, I'm black on track, so rest assured. My rights, my wrongs, I'm right till I'm right with God. When you know we've been hurt, been down before. Nigga, when our pride was low, looking at the world like, where do we go? Nigga, and we hate poor. Wanna kill us dead in the street for sure. Nigga, I'm at the preacher's door. My knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright.
Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
I keep my head up high. I cross my heart. In the time, God, He is my peace. Too afraid of my changes. I'm alright in your favor. Dark nights in my prayers.
Cousins, what's up? How's everybody doing? I hope this isn't a too late of a stream for y'all. I was a little busy today, so but I still wanted to come on, say hey, what's going on with everybody. If you're just coming in, you already know, smash that like button as you get comfortable. I have a few topics to talk about. I don't know how crazy they are, but just a few topics to talk about. So come on in, get comfortable if you can. And yeah, smash that like button, leave a comment in the chat, make your presence felt, or leave a comment on the actual comment section. You can do that as well. I would appreciate that. It helps with the engagement, helps with the algorithm and all that. So please do me a favor and do that. You know, with the likes, we're trying to hit 100 likes at least within the first hour. So I would appreciate that if you can help me out as well. We have a goal, so if you can contribute to the goal, I would appreciate that as well. Whether that is Super Chats or Cash App, it is pinned. Thank you. But yeah, we're here a little late than needed, but we're here nonetheless. So yeah, let's get our roll call popping off, see who all up in here. Shout out to my mods. Kwani, of course, is always first in here. So shout out to Twin, Also, shout out to Unapologetic. I see my girl in here. I think I saw Demi a little earlier. Raphael in the building, always holding it down. Appreciate you as well. Um, yeah, shout out to my mods. Appreciate y'all. Y'all already know the routine. I did not lock the doors for the stream. I wanted to see if some of the Aubrey Angels would like to come in. And then if they do want to come in, I'll drop the link for them and they can pull up because we're going to have a conversation about OBS and this stadium tour or lack of stadium tour. And I want to get their opinion on why the alleged biggest artist in the world has not done a stadium tour. You know, I'm not trying to argue with nobody, not trying to go back and forth with nobody. I'm just trying to have a good, healthy conversation. So if you would like to pull up at some point, you are welcomed. Because I know how the Aubrey Angels, they like to stop in, they like to complain, get their thoughts off, and then they get sent to the shadow realm. But tonight I left the doors open for y'all, and that is the link. Mods, if y'all can copy the link, if you see a Drake fan, tell them to click the link. Tell them to click the link. But yeah, let's get to this roll call. Let's get into this roll call. Again, if you have not, please smash the like button on your way in. I would appreciate that very much. We're trying to get to 100 likes before the first hour of the stream, right? Okay, cool. Kwani is in the building. Demi is in the building. My girl Nikki in the building. She said, I am on time tonight. I appreciate that, Nikki. Appreciate that very, very, very much. Unapologetic up in here. Y'all heard my girl smash that like button. Q is in the building. What's up, Q? Hope you're feeling good tonight. Forever Blessed is in the building. What's up? Shirley's in the building. Appreciate you pulling up. My girl Regal Love is in her boogie woman era with the stickers. Shirley's in the building. What's up? What's going on? My girl Pretty Mimi. What's going on, Pretty Mimi? Did y'all see that new Drake and Katie Nike commercial? I think I seen pictures of it. I didn't see the commercial. I actually saw a picture where there was a bunch of Nike athletes or people who have partnerships with Nike, and I think Drake was in it, and then there was LeBron James was also in the picture. So I was wondering, was that a gathering of a photo shoot? And if it was a gathering with all of the athletes, because I think Serena was also in the photo. If it was a gathering, that would have been interesting because I would love to have been a fly on the wall and seen how Serena Williams and LeBron James interacted, if they interacted with Drake in the photo shoot. But it probably wasn't even a group gathering. They all probably did separate photo shoots and they just cropped them all in to the video. But I haven't personally seen the commercial. No, I haven't seen the commercial. I just saw the photo of everybody together as a collective. I love the remix. Yeah, man, that remix go crazy. That All Right remix go crazy. I'm telling y'all, if you do want it, for those who are not aware, if you do want the intro with the starting, the waiting room, if you do want the intro to my stream, it is in my description. As always, it's the All Right remix. It takes you directly to the page, so you can have it if you would like. Can we address Kendrick being the owner of his music now, especially Not Like Us? Well, there's no definitive. There's nothing that has come out that said that he is the 100%. Well, he was the 100% owner of Not Like Us. There's nothing that's come out that say that he's the owner of his music outside of him just having a distribution deal with UMG. Everything from PG Lang, it's pretty obvious that he owns the music himself now. He no longer has to worry about TDE. What is the other Aftermath being involved in what it is that he has to do? I thought that was pretty obvious. but there's been like no big grand conversation about it. And plus they're obvious there just doesn't need to be. That's some Drake shit that he likes to do. He likes to brag about getting $400 million contracts and all that other shit. That shit is honestly irrelevant to me, but it is obvious that Kendrick Lamar now owns his music, you know? So I don't know what else needs, I don't know what more details need to be said, but yeah, he made sure this. What I can say is he made sure before he went into the battle, he made sure to separate Not Like Us from his previous catalog and his future catalog. So Not Like Us and all the other battle rap songs, you know. So what's up, cousin? J Tom reactions. Appreciate you pulling up. Natalie in the building. Queen Shah, what's up? How's it going? Nikki in the building, what's up? What's up? Black Main NYC, what's going on? Cat Williams. Did I say hey to Shirley? If I didn't, I'm saying it again. E Cozier, hey cousin. Hey Cosmo, what's up? Beautifully Spirited. I like that name. That's a beautiful name. My girl Ash in the building. What's up? What's going on? King Q. Tony in the building. What is up? Cam is in the building. What's going on, Cam? And yo, what's up? Hello from Toronto. What's up to the Crody? Do you like to be called Crody? And yo, I'm curious if you like to be called Crody. Do y'all really call yourselves that? I'm curious. CJ in the building, what's going on? Graduated Thoughts. Shout out to Graduated Thought for becoming an official member of the family. I am glad to have you joining the family. Once this stream is over, make sure you go check out some of the membership videos that you probably have missed. But yeah, welcome to the family. Glad to have you. Miss Coffee in the building. What's up? What's going on? What's going on? What else? Southern Belle in the building. What's up? Shannon Perkins in the building. What's going on? Beverly Brooks. What's up? What's up? And yes, y'all, make sure you join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. We would love to have you. I feel like we got like over 1,000 people in our Discord, but it says like the only 50 people are active in the same 20 people talk. I don't understand the logic of joining the Discord and just not saying anything and just being nosy. I mean, I get it that some people, that's how they operate. They just want to come and read what's going on and then they just go about their day. But I just find that funny that we have like over 1,000 people in the Discord in the same 25 people talk. So if you are in there, say hello. We would love to hear from you on different topics, you know. The right link should be in my description, Kwani. My bad. I should have told you to update it. I'm gonna remove that comment. The right link should be in my description. Hold on, let me see if I can actually get it. Where is it? Discord. Oh, he got it already. He quick on his feet. So yeah, let's get started. Tonight, there's a bunch of new releases. Is there anything that y'all are looking forward to that's dropping tonight? I feel like I really don't know what the fuck is dropping or what is going on. There's not really anything that has caught my attention from anybody as of late, but I just wanted to run through the new releases for a second. So it says new music dropping tonight is Future and Tyler, Game Time. Now I think this Game Time record is in reference to the FIFA World Cup. It's a FIFA World Cup song. for promotion. I don't think this is a song that people are gonna regularly listen to. I just think it's for that moment. I don't know if I've ever thought Future and Tyler would be on a song, but then again, doesn't Tyler have a song with Gunna? So I mean, I guess it makes sense. But I thought that was interesting. Hold on, let me see, because I think there's an actual video for that as well. Let me go to my own Twitter page. I think this is it right here.
Funny thing about your problems, they staying up through the late night. 20 seconds to game time.
I don't know what that sounds like. I mean, I know it's just a snippet, but that doesn't sound like much. You know, it's not really sounding like much.
I heard what you said through the grapevine. Funny thing about your problems, they ain't mine. Staying.
I don't know. And Tyler just in the background dancing. I mean, I guess, I guess if that's what people are excited for. They saying Young Miami got Drake wiped down. I mean, they saying Young Miami might have a song of the summer with that Spin That song. I got the rhythm in my head, but personally I don't really care for the song. But yeah, they saying Young Miami might have the song of the summer, and that's just so interesting because I know that Two Fingers Touching song is terrible besides the chorus. And Young Miami not really a rapper. Like, she tries very hard. One thing you can't take from Young Miami is that she is a hard worker. And we seen that during the time period when she was pregnant and JT was in jail. She was working her ass off. And now it seems like she's really trying to prove herself, and she's consistently releasing music, and that spin That song is going. I don't think it's my vibe or anything like that, but the people seem to like it. It's a song for the clubs, you know. It's club hookah music, passive music basically. But shout out to Young Miami. I just find it funny, like, people just forgot that she was writing character reference letters for Diddy, and niggas is just sidestepping that. She was on Twitter telling one of the alleged victims how she's a eater and how Diddy would make her crawl on all fours to eat her coochie. But now she everybody enjoying the song. It's just so interesting how people maneuver through controversy. But I guess shout out to Young Miami. And it's interesting because JT is also out here trying to make a name for herself, trying to get a sound that actually sticks. And she's released a couple songs, but they haven't really done anything. People weren't really feeling them. I know she's had a few incidents where she's went to perform and the crowd has been very dead, and she was clearly bothered by it. But it's interesting to see how they are maneuvering separately instead of as a group, the City Girls, because I think the overall consensus is that JT is the better rapper than Young Miami, but Young Miami is having the most success. So I thought that was interesting. But yeah, he said Young Miami got the song of the summer. He says Spin That is the one. Interesting. Latto is dropping tonight. She's dropping her album that's supposed to feature Wizkid, 21 Savage, a bunch of other people. Y'all know that's supposed to be her retirement album. That's what she claimed. It's her retirement album. 529, my retirement album. Thank you for everything is what she tweeted back on May 8th. And it's been an interesting rollout. Her rollout basically has consisted of being about her being pregnant.
Mother's the hardest working woman I've ever.
Girl, pineapple.
It's any day now. I'm so ready to meet my baby. I'm never gonna leave when my baby get here. Like, I need $1 million to show because I don't want to leave the house. This will probably be the last video I make.
And I think she's had the baby since then. But yeah, the rollout has been a very interesting. It's been very heavy on her being pregnant. She finally, I guess, feels comfortable enough to let the world know that 21 Savage is her baby father, despite all of the rumors and narratives about him being married, him still being with his wife or not being with his wife, whether he really married her because he loved her or he just married her for a green card, despite the fact that they got 2 whole kids together. They've broken up, gotten back together, broken up, gotten back together. Just a lot of shit going on. And her rollouts, she's been promoting very heavily on social media. She definitely been promoting heavily on social media. She's signing vinyls. She's doing a meet and greet for her album. She's going to be in Atlanta, Los Angeles, and New York. Some people say she's copying Cardi B due to the meet and greet. And while I do think Cardi B reintroduced this aspect of album rollout, this has been a thing for a very long time. Like, or well, back in the day, a lot of people used to do shit like this. People used to do traditional media where they would do the meet and greets. They would pull up to the Best Buys and the record stores, and they would sign vinyl, sign CDs, sign shirts, kiss babies, and all types of shit. Maybe even do a performance in a random corner of a Best Buy. You know, like this isn't new. But I will give Cardi B her 10s because she essentially reintroduced this back into the forefront. The same way the Clips decided to do traditional rollout, going to different platforms and actually sitting down and talking about their album. So it seems like a lot of people are trying to get back to the roots. I think it's been helping a lot of people with their sales in comparison to previously. I think Latto's previous sales were like 17 or 19,000, 29,000 or something like that. So I'm not sure what this first week is going to look like for her. Maybe 25, 35,000. Maybe more since she's hitting these stores. Maybe people will pull up to see her. But yeah, I don't see what's wrong with showing love to people who might have influenced you. What? Damn, I must be in the YouTube trenches. You think Drake is Latto's baby daddy? We gotta stop just typing shit. Who the fuck said that? Who said Latto is Drake's baby daddy? Did anybody say that in here? I'm confusion. I am confusion. Who said that? Drake is not Latto's baby daddy. You know what? Southern Belle, I'm not playing with you tonight. I'm not playing with you tonight. I'm thinking they said I said that. I'm like, no, I didn't say that. Absolutely not. You know what? I'm going to ignore the comments. Shout out to the cousin Simply J with the 5. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for contributing to the goals. I appreciate you as well. Thank you so much, cousin. Also, shout out to the cousin D2B2 with the big dog, the 5-0. Appreciate you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Shout out to cousin Monie and all the cousins. I'm not even going to let shit rip like I usually would because I'd probably get unnecessarily messy. Love you all. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. And take care of someone else. Amen. Can we get some amens in the chat? Hey, fucking man. Appreciate you, D2B2. Thank you. But I'm low-key curious of what you're alluding to. Should I poke the bear and ask you to elaborate? I don't know, or maybe I should just let you know. Maybe I should let you just chill for the night. But yeah, yo, shout out to Latto. I guess I don't know if I would personally listen to this album. Maybe if something catches my eye, y'all tell me there's something worth listening to. All right now, Cecil. All right now. I'm not playing with y'all tonight. I'm really not. I'm not playing with y'all tonight. So yeah, like I said, her promotion has been very interesting, very consistent in comparison to usual. I guess she has an interview coming up with Nadeska, the Big Mama conversation. Watch tomorrow on Apple Music and YouTube. I'm pretty sure she's not going to ask questions that we want to hear, so I'm not going to watch the interview. I'll catch the clips on Twitter if there's anything that's worth paying attention to, because Nadeska doesn't like doing the dirty work. In her words, she doesn't like asking messy questions. So I'm just going to avoid the interview. And Latto tweeted, she retweeted an old tweet that she tweeted out in August 2024, excuse me. She said, when the album dropped, please listen in order and don't skip Big Mama just because it's already out. I put a lot of effort into the sequence. She said, in case you're new here, here's the rules for Midnight. A lot has changed in 2 years. This one hit different. Heart and joy. Anybody in here listening to a brand new album on shuffle, you need to be arrested. Because who the fuck is listening to a new album on shuffle? That's some serial killer shit. Why would you listen to a new album on shuffle? That just doesn't make sense to me. And the fact that there are actually, because I was gonna ask, why would she need to say that? But when I think about it, there are some people out there who do this. I don't get it. Y'all might be serial killers. Shout out to the cousin Bing and give hugs and kisses. Bitch, interview these folks and stop being so tender. They want to keep relationships thing. And it ain't nothing wrong with want to keep relationships, but at the end of the day, they should respect you as well, that you're here to do your fucking job at the end of the day. You know, I'm not saying hold a gun to their head and demand they answer questions. As a journalist, you should know how to be able to ask the hard-hitting questions. Stop softballing this shit. Stop softballing this shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Shout out to Latto, though. Good luck to her on her retirement album. The feature list is low-key egregious, if you ask me. Let me see if I can find the actual features list. Here's the track list. Again, smash the like button if you have not. I would appreciate that very much. It looks like we got over 100 likes. Why is my alarm going off? It looks like we got over 100 likes before the 30-minute mark. So shout out to y'all for holding me down. I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, here's the, wait, where is it? Here's the track list for the album. The track list for the album is Business and Personal, Get Money Girl, Get Off My, I don't know what that means. Glorilla is on the album. Doja Cat is on the album. 21 Savage is on the album. Sexy Red is on the album. Mariah the Scientist, Odile, Ian Wizkid, Tiana Taylor. And that's the only names that are listed. 18 tracks, which isn't too long, you know. Doesn't look like she's trying to play the streaming game. Jelly Roll was announced to be on this album, but it seemed like he might have gotten removed, or maybe he's a hidden feature now. And I think that's because there were some people who were like, bitch, Jelly Roll, why the fuck you got a song with Jelly Roll? You MAGA now all of a sudden? Like, why you got a song with Jelly Roll? And there was some backlash. Thank God OKC lost. Thank you, Mr. Towns, for the update, because I was just wondering if Wemby and them pulled it out. The NBA is probably gonna do some shit for Game 7. You know, Shy, whatever his fucking name is, he gonna flop like he ain't never flopped before. So, but thank you so much for keeping me updated on that. But yeah, so and then we see the government mandated features from 21 Savage, her baby daddy, and then Glorilla and Sexy Red. And when it comes to Glorilla and Sexy Red, I'm starting to feel like there's like some type of special going on. They're like a 2-for-1 special, because why are they on all of these albums together? I remember they were on Tyler the Creator's album. They're on Chris Brown's album together. There was another album or song that they're on together. They have a song together, the Boosie sampled song, and now they're gonna be on Latto's album. There must be some type of 2-for-1 special going on. Because why is it just them two all the time? There's a lot of other female rappers that you can call up and get on a verse. Why does y'all keep calling Glorilla and Sexy Red? That shit is annoying. They're not making these songs any better. You know? Like, what is happening? Larry Jackson, Gamma, Sexy Red is his artist, so he has everyone who owes him put S Red on their album. Wouldn't shock me. Sexy Red, Latto being on the same album makes sense, especially with the Drake connection. So it makes sense. Drake isn't on the track list at all, but the penmanship and the cadence will likely be very present. If you ask me, it will be very present. It would not shock me if people come on the timeline saying Aubrey had some involvement in this, like he did on the last project. I hope she's not dumb enough to do that again, but we shall see, because the last time she did that, the label was fed up with her, and this is why she's probably pushing that retirement shit, because they're allegedly gonna let her ass go. But we shall see. Again, I think my predictions for her might be 25, 35K. First week might be a little bit more because she's doing the meet and greets, and people will probably show up and buy a CD just to be able to see her and get a picture with her. So, yeah, good luck to Big Mama. Good luck to Big Mama. Shout out to Diesel Beetle again with the 10. Appreciate you, cousin. Definitely a 2-for-1 special. I'll leave that alone. I'm getting messy again. Listen, the gloves are off. Fuck it. The gloves are off. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. Again, some of the other new releases is Ariana Grande. Hate That I Made You Love Me. That's going to be interesting. Freddie Gibbs is dropping tonight. I don't know who Julia Wolf is. Apollo Red, Anderson .Paak is dropping. Polo G, G Herbo, K Camp. Tory Lanez, how the fuck he keep releasing music from his bunk bed? I don't know. Sid is releasing tonight. Oh, that should be good. Young M.A. is releasing tonight. Queen. Young M.A. actually just had a fire freestyle that she did the other day. Let me see if I can pull it up. And it's good to see Young M.A. though. It's really good to see her back in good health, because the last time we saw her, she didn't look too good, you know. Her eyes were all yellow and all types of shit. So good to see her in good health and back in making music. Where is it? I know I posted her. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Shout out to Young Man.
I'm working with no sleep because sleep is the Grim Reaper friend, and I don't need a friend. VP sending the. I got 6 O's and the only goal is increasing it. But I'm punching, don't want to reach for this. Oh man, I'm keeping this. I gotta make them feed for this. The trendsetter, I'm too clever, a genius. I'm too unique with this. You niggas be that while I'm being this. I'm still a mystery, like grandma with her ingredients. It's M.A. and I'm still the king and the queen of this.
Shout out to Younger May, man. New York needs somebody to be out here rapping like they want it. Somebody need to be outside representing for New York, because these other niggas is acting like they don't want it. So put the city on your back, Young M.A., if you got to. Joey just laid down. Joey ain't really got the hunger that he claimed he had. You know, niggas is tired of Joey. Niggas is tired of Joey already. Speaking of New York, well, you know what? I want to get to that complex list. Have y'all seen that complex list? Before we get to the complex list, just to wrap up the new releases. What you mean you got Ice Spice? I'm not playing. Max B literally walked out of that complex interview because he wasn't even on the 50 best rappers, New York rappers list. Now, I don't even think he should be on the list, but he walked out. So, but let me wrap these new releases up real quick. Because this is getting longer than it need to be. Monaleo is also dropping tonight, which I'm pretty excited for. She's dropping a song called Everything Pinka, I think it's called, and it's supposed to feature Tizo Touchdown. So that should be very interesting, a dope collaboration. I am loving Monaleo getting the attention that she rightfully deserves in the industry, at award shows. She just won breakthrough hip-hop artist at the American Music Awards. I believe she's nominated for some BET awards coming up in January. So yeah, shout out to the girl Monaleo. I posted her earlier and there was some FBA thumpers in my comments, I guess because of her So Long song. I'm like, yo, this we not doing that over here. We not doing that over here. Like, please go argue with somebody else, not me, okay? Not me. But yeah, shout out to her. And who else is dropping? Also Megan Thee Stallion. She's also dropping tonight. Megan Thee Stallion's featured on Boss Me and D-Lo's Motion Party remix, which is gonna come out tonight. So gonna be good to hear what Megan Thee Stallion has to say after that Lover Girl song that I hated. I completely hated. I've been bumping Maya new album nonstop. It surprised me. No skips slap. I fuck with Maya. I love Maya. I was literally just listening to Case of the X yesterday. And part 1 and part 2 for Best of Me. I still can't decide which one I like best. Do I like the slower version, part 1 of Best of Me, or do I like the remix with Jay-Z and Trackmasters? Either way, both go hard. Both go crazy. And another new release is YG. YG is finally dropping. He has been teasing this album for a while now, I believe. It's been a very long time that he's been teasing this Gentleman album. So I'm definitely gonna tune in. It's not coming out tonight. It's coming out June 19th. But he just finally gave the release date. So I'll be looking forward to that. Yeah. So shout out to YG and what he got going on. Yeah, so that's the end of the new releases that I found interesting, at least. If you have not, please do me a favor and smash the like button for me. Smash the like button. Thank you. I would appreciate that. That would be dope if he did. I don't know how far-fetched that is, but that would be cool if he did appear on the project. He appeared on one of his earlier, I think, My Crazy Life, that album. I think he's on that album. I can't remember. My memory is so terrible. It is so fucking bad. My memory is like disgusting. I don't know what I need to do to get my memory back because like I be forgetting the smallest shit. Um, and that's not normal for me. Like I'm pretty good. So if y'all have any tips or tricks to help with my memory, let me know. Let me know. Next up on the docket is Keefe D's dumbass. Keefe D's dumbass is next up on the docket because this motherfucker is allegedly caught on tape talking about Tupac's unaliving and essentially bragging about it. So, I think I read the story earlier on the New York Post, and I took some notes of it. But the new developments that are coming out in the case surrounding the murder of Tupac Shakur, and according to the new report is from the New York Post. Yes, it was New York Post. Prosecutors allegedly have recorded jailhouse audio of Dwayne Keefe D Davis, the only person that is being charged in the case, supposedly bragging about his involvement in Tupac's 1996 killing. What a fucking fool. What a clown. What a clown. This guy, according to the report, is claiming the recordings were captured during phone calls from jail and could potentially be introduced as evidence during the trial proceedings. Prosecutors reportedly view the conversations as incriminating admissions, while Keefe D's attorneys argue the recordings are weak evidence and insufficient to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. This adds another layer to a case that has already been complicated by years of public interviews, documentaries, and Keefe D's own memoir, where he previously discussed details surrounding the shooting. His defense has long argued those statements were exaggerated for publicity, so they saying he was out this bitch pump faking. He was out here bragging on a kill that he quote unquote didn't do, just for sales, just for interviews and attention, for clout, and to profit rather than factual confessions. So for context, Keefe D was arrested in 2023 and charged with first-degree murder in connection to Tupac's unaliving, right? Tupac was murdered, I think, what has been 3 decades? Nearly 3 decades after in Vegas. He passed away in Vegas in a vehicle. Well, did he die? No, he didn't die in a vehicle. He passed away in the hospital, right? Prosecutors allege he helped orchestrate the attack Keefe D did, tied to the Southside Compton Crips. The trial is currently expected to begin August 2026. Now, I hope that they put this shit on court TV because I have to see this. I have to be able to pull up and see this every single day because this man more than deserves justice. More than deserves justice. And I think what makes this even crazier is the fact that Keefe D has reportedly asked judges to release him on bail. We talked about this on the stream before. He was asking the judge to release him on bail or grant him house arrest, citing his age, that his health is deteriorating, and that he has a history as a cancer survivor. And I'm just like, the audacity, because you want the judge to give you leniency, but nobody thought to give Tupac leniency when he took his life. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody cared at all. You just took this man's life. So why should anybody give you leniency? Why should anybody care about your deteriorating health? You know? Nobody should care. If you do a crime, you have to pay for the crime that you committed. And now, meanwhile, prosecutors are now alleging that sitting on audio is you confessing, you being a fucking chatty patty on government recorded jail phones. You bragging about taking Pac's life, allegedly. That's what they're claiming. This is the evidence that they want to present, and your lawyers are trying to downplay it. The same way they tried to downplay you bragging about your connections to this man's unaliving in your memoirs, on your interviews. They were saying you were doing this shit for clout. So this honestly tells me that, yeah, he more than likely is on these recordings talking cash shit over those jail phones like Young Thug was. That's what this tells me. Like, hell is hot. And you or whoever took Tupac's life are going there first class. First class. First thing smoking. There's simply no way you were this reckless to be bumping your guns over devices that are literally monitored and recorded by the state. Like, how dumb are you? That level of arrogance is just unbelievable. Especially in one of the most infamous unsolved murder cases in music history. You out in the open, just running that mouth, running that mouth, running that mouth, running that mouth, running that mouth. Just dumb. Very stupid. Very, very fucking stupid. And if these recordings are authentic and presented successfully in court, then this may end up being one of the clearest examples of someone helping build a case against themselves in real time. Like, you basically should just walk yourself into the cell and just lock the door yourself. You're going to be in there the rest of your days. And one thing's for sure is justice might not come when people want it to, but eventually the truth has a way of coming to life. Tupac's life will not be taken in vain. It won't be. It won't be at all. Shit is sad. Yes, this is going to be the biggest trial since O.J. Simpson in 1995, which is crazy because Tupac died literally a year later. Jay said, for real, he been bumping his guns to anyone who would listen 4 years and playing victim when it's brought up. Can't move like that. Can't move like that. You should have took that shit to your grave. And you want people to have sympathy for you because you had cancer before? Like, unfortunate situation that you had cancer before. You know, very unfortunate situation, but that don't mean nothing when you allegedly took a life. Who gives a damn? Nobody cares. At that point, you took an icon from people, from his family, from his mom, from his sisters. You took the opportunity for this man to have children, to get married, to grow old, to travel the world and perform all over the world. You took a pillar away from people. Nobody has sympathy for you, nigga. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, this dude running his mouth way too long. It caught up to him. That's usually how it go. We love Tupac and we need justice for him immediately. Listen, I'm telling you. And at 25 years old, exactly, still a baby. Still got so much life to live. This was an inside job, just like the Biggie case. 100%. 100%. They both, unfortunately, Tupac and Biggie, both have a killer involved. Like, it's very obvious, you know. I definitely don't give a damn. I still remember how I cried when I found out he passed. He always been my fave. People are going to rejoice to enjoy his fruits of his labor. Pac would have been so much more. Exactly. He did so much at just 25 years old. Ain't no telling what else he could have accomplished down the line. He had so much to give. He had so much to receive from the world. Shit is crazy. Very, very crazy. But next topic. Very sad situation. I'm definitely gonna keep y'all updated on this and what's to come next. And if it's the trial is live, God willing that we are all still here, we will be, I was gonna say in the courts, but from home. We will be there with bells and whistles on, okay? So Complex, good old Complex, man. Good old fucking Complex. They released another list. Let's see if I can zoom in. They released another list, and this time it is their top 50 best New York rappers of all time list. I just want to go over this shit for shits and giggles. The list is purely BS. It's purely BS, but I wanted y'all opinions to ask y'all if y'all agree with the list. Who would you change? Who would you move on the list? Either up or down, completely take off. So yeah, this is the list. I hope y'all can see it on the screen, but number 1 on the list is Jay-Z. I personally have no complaints with Jay-Z being number 1. Yeah, I know that's my goat. That's my 1A, 1B when it comes to Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar. Literally grew up on Jay-Z. My mom was a fucking stan. I'm pretty sure my first words were probably a lyric from Jay-Z because that's how much she played him. He's one of the first people I've ever seen in concert. So yeah, this was a Jay-Z household. But yeah, so they got Jay-Z as number 1. Notorious B.I.G. also was a Notorious B.I.G. household. Unfortunately, he passed away. God rest his soul. Sometimes I want to dig that nigga up for how he was disrespectful to Lil Kim, but that's another story. Some days I really want to dig that fat bitch up and slap the shit out of him. But I digress. Number 3 is Nas, Rakim, LL Cool J, 50 Cent. 50 Cent should not be anywhere in a top 10. He should be at least top 15, maybe top 20. Because 50 Cent he's not a rapper. He got cute lines here and there, but he's not a rapper. 50 Cent, what made 50 Cent big was his aura, his gimmick, his personality, not his lyrical ability, in my opinion. I know some of y'all in here might be the 50 Centers. I don't know. But personally, for me, he was never really that. Nicki Minaj is in the top 10. She's number 7. DMX. Busta Rhymes, KRS-One. I personally don't mind Nicki Minaj in the top 10. I don't know. I would not put her in front of DMX though. I know that right. I know that's right. I would not put her in front of DMX. Busta Rhymes. I would have Busta Rhymes maybe top 15. Personally. Next up is Prodigy. Well, KRS-One, Prodigy. Rest in peace to him. Lil Kim. Ghostface Killah, MF Doom, Big Pun, Jada Kiss. That's also one of my goats. Get Rich or Die Trying doesn't move you. Yeah, I mean it's good. It's good, but it's not elite level lyricism. It's good for what it was, if that makes sense. Jada Kiss, number 16. That's also my GOAT. Love him. Cameron is too high on this list. Cameron is not a lyricist. So I don't know how he's number 17 on this list. I know he's another one. He's another example of a big personality, the aura, the fashions. That's what really the Dipset. That's what really made Cam. But he's not a lyricist. His computers be pewing. I don't know. Yasin Bey, which is most deaf. Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane should be higher up. Especially Cameron isn't better than Big Daddy Kane. He's not better than Most Def either. Slick Rick, Method Man. Yeah, Cameron is not better than fucking Method Man. Chuck D, Run, Q-Tip. He's not better than these people. Cardi B is number 25. I would have probably put Cardi B in the top 30, 35 personally. Or maybe even 40 because of the ghostwriting allegations. Right now, she's currently the biggest thing in hip hop in New York. Personally, not named Nas or Jay-Z. So I would have probably put Cardi B in like the top 40s, if anything, because of the ghostwriting allegations. I know she gets help. She's admitted to getting help, which I can respect that she admitted to getting the help. And she's not running around here calling herself the greatest of all time at anything. So I can respect the fact that she's open about people assisting her here and there. But Cardi B is also writing her own stuff too. Who's this? Cardi B, Raekwon, Pop Smoke, Mace, Big L, Coogee Rap. Oh, Fat Joe. I'm like, what? Who the fuck is this? Why did they censor Fat? Why did they censor Fat? Hold on, let me see. Complex 50 best New York rappers list. Let me pull it up and see what's the criteria. It says from stop. What is all these fucking pop-ups? My God. From pioneers like Rakim to legends like Jay-Z to newer icons like Pop Smoke and Cardi B. These are the 50. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Key takeaways. This ranking of 50 greatest New York rappers ever using lyrical ability, songwriting, influence, and cultural impact to trace hip-hop's 50-year evolution from park jams to global dominance. So yeah, they're including lyrical ability, songwriting, influence, and cultural impact. Nikki. Who said they picking names from my head? Where's the King? Ice Spice. She should be number 1. Vicious, shut up. Okay. Replace A Boogie with Joey Badass. Joey Badass not being on this list is crazy. Fat Joseph is number 31. Who else is on this list? Foxy Brown, ODB, Kool Keith, Ja Rule, MC Light, Nori. Nori shouldn't be that high. Even 38 is too high for Nori. Nori should be like number 48. Kool Mo D, ASAP Rocky, Melly Mel. I don't know who number 42 is. Fab, Grand Pooba, Jim Jones. Jim Jones should not be on this list. What are we doing? Styles P. Jim Jones is not a better fucking rapper than Styles P. I think so too, especially when it comes to cultural influence. Ja Rule could easily be anywhere between 15 and 25. I agree that Ja Rule is too low. No, none of. Listen. This is crazy. Biz Markie, rest in peace. Lloyd Banks, A Boogie with the hoodie. French Montana. French Montana is not a better rapper than Joey Badass. A Boogie with the hoodie is not a better rapper than Joey Badass. But I get why A Boogie with the hoodie is on here. He's had some cultural influence. There are some songs that are staples in New York City. But yeah, this list is shit. Styles P could easily be 15 spots up. Easily. Where's Queen Latifah? She is the queen of New York. Queen Latifah is not from New York. Queen Latifah is from Newark, New Jersey. Do not try to steal our legends from us. Jersey's finest. No, Joey's badass. Yeah, no. Jim Jones. Yeah, I tweeted that. I said, what did I tweet? Hold on, where is it? I tweeted out. I basically said, how is Jim Jones on the list, but not Joel Santana? How is he on the list, but Joel Santana is not? Not saying Joel Santana even needs to be on the list. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna put Jim Jones on there, you gotta put Joel Santana, because Joel Santana was the second most popular member of the group. They tried to make him literally the face of the group. He also had bigger hit records. He's on mixtapes with Lil Wayne and shit like that. He's on records with Chris Brown. Like, Kendrick is not on the list. This is crazy. King of the Coast. One hand, I juggle them both. Fab is also too low. I agree with that. Fab could be higher as well. Definitely could be higher. 43 is crazy. 43 is definitely crazy. But yeah, this is the list. Joel's and those teeth. Santana, listen, Southern Belle. I don't know where you from, but where I'm from, in New Jersey, 10, 15 minutes from New York, Joel Santana was that. Joel Santana was that at one point. I know that nigga ain't got no teeth right now, and he be looking high and shit like that. He be saying stupid shit online. But Joel Santana had a big impact in New York City, especially. And then again, like I said, Max B walked out. He walked out of he walked out of the interview because his name wasn't on the list. But French Montana is on the list at number 50. Listen, I remember all the girls used to want to be with Joel Santana. All the girls. Joel's used to be cute, y'all. He used to be fine. He used to be fine. I'm telling you. I don't know what happened now. I don't know. Maybe Kim Bella got the best of that nigga or something. I don't know. But he used to be that. Yeah, so yeah, that's the list. I'm not gonna harp too much on this list. We know how Complex do. A lot of rage baiting and all types of shit. They used to call me his twin. Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. You look like Joel's or the old Joel's. What else I got on this list? Staying on, I guess we can stay with New York rappers. Jay-Z. Jay-Z is fighting back, y'all. Jay-Z is fighting back against Tony Buzbee. And I'm not even mad at him. I'm not mad at him at all because, listen, you cannot let people play with you. This man tried to ruin his life. You know? So there's been another major update. I'd put DMX above 50. Yeah, me too. Me too. Definitely me too. So yeah, like I was saying, there's been a major update in the Jay-Z versus Tony Buzbee legal battle, and honestly, the situation is getting uglier than Jay-Z by the minute. Shout out to my GOAT, but he a little facially challenged, and it's getting uglier than him. So I don't know, but the allegations were egregious, and I respect people who don't just lay down. I respect people who fight back. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Jay-Z for fighting back and not allowing this man to put schmut on his name, because this is crazy. Like, we are talking about accusations of terrible things. So Jay-Z is basically he wants $570 million from Tony Buzbee. Me too. I'm glad he's fighting back, because it seems like for a very long time, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they just be taking the high road and allowing people to just say anything and everything about him. They've been allowing the conspiracy theories and theorists to run free. And once you allow one or two people to do it, now there's a fifth person who think they can get away with it. Now there's you're on the 30th person at this point. Now it's 400 people, and they're all on social media looking for engagement and rage bait off of your name, and they don't give a fuck if they're lying on you or not. They don't care. Like, I literally just seen someone today in my comment section. What did I post? I think I posted Joey Badass and his girl Soraya on vacation in Bermuda, and someone commented like, give Steve's family their ends, and I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? So I read the comments, and people are like, what do you mean by this? And he's like, oh yeah, Joey Badass owes Steve's family this amount of money. He won't give publishing up. And someone's like, well, Joey didn't own his publishing because he wasn't signed to him. And the person's like, oh, well, I don't know. I don't really know the story. You can find it on Reddit. And I'm just like, well, why are you repeating it if you don't know the fucking story? Like, it's so crazy how people can read something, they can assume something, and then they take it to another platform and they're sharing it for the world to see with no regard that the information just might be fake. It might not be real. This is ridiculous. This shit is crazy. But here we are. So there's a new filing, right? And Jay-Z's legal team now alleges that Buzbee and attorney David Fortney fabricated a claim that Jay-Z threatened Jane Doe's life. The argument from Jay-Z's side is that the alleged death threat story was created to justify abruptly dismissing the lawsuit once scrutiny intensified over Buzbee allegedly practicing in the Southern District of New York without proper authorization. The judge reportedly asked Buzbee to prove he was admitted to practice in New York, but he could not. Jay-Z's filing claims Buzbee has been using co-counsel credentials to file documents in federal court before formally obtaining admission. As we know, a Jane Doe lawsuit accused Jay-Z and Diddy of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old after the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards. The suit was later dismissed with prejudice. Jay-Z then countersued, alleging extortion, defamation, and malicious prosecution. One detail Jay-Z's camp keeps emphasizing is that Buzbee allegedly sent a demand letter to Jay-Z's team weeks before personally meeting Jane Doe for the first time. It is also, of course, like this is allegations, right? There's no proof, but Jay-Z says he wants his day in court to be able to prove this. Buzbee is denying the situation, saying that he was not trying to extort this man, even though it's on record that he was asking for a fee. He was asking for monetary monetary gain in order for this shit to go away. And Jay-Z said, bitch, you're not gonna force my hand and tell me to pay something because you think I'm scared about this going to the media. Let's play ball. Let's go to the fucking media if this is the game that you want to play. And I am going to ruin your fucking life once I get finished with you. That is what Jay-Z is saying. So again, Jay-Z is suing Buzbee. Jay said that he lost about $190 million due to the frivolous lawsuit, and Buzbee has been abusing the law from the very beginning. According to Jay-Z's attorneys, Buzbee demanded money from Jay-Z 5 weeks before ever meeting Jane Doe. So he had never even met this girl to and go over her story, make sure there's no holes in the story, see what seems reasonable, see what doesn't. He asked for money before he even met the girl. Buzbee got in trouble for using another's lawyer's credentials to file court documents in New York City. Like I said earlier, he was practicing law in a federal court he did not have authorization to practice in. That is illegal. That is illegal. You cannot do that. And then on the day he was supposed to show proof of his authorization to file the lawsuit against Jay-Z, he had an attorney tell Jane Doe that Jay-Z threatened to kill her, so he should drop the case, which Jay-Z is saying is false. And it's easy to prove that he never threatened this quote unquote victim. Jay's lawyers, the attorney is alleging Buzbee dropped the case because he's running an illegal extortionist type of organization. Now, I don't know if y'all are familiar, but Tony Buzbee is from Houston, Texas, and people have been saying about him for years that he likes to extort people, that he's running a scam out there, essentially. So I guess that's what Jay-Z is going to emphasize, or his lawyers are going to emphasize. And this case is in the same court Buzbee got in trouble at the Southern District of New York. So he already got struck down, got yelled at, and this is where the case is going to proceed at. And then I thought what was interesting is that under New York law, when an attorney is found guilty of deceiving a court or a party with intent to cause harm, the damages don't just get paid, they get triple the amount. So Jay-Z is suing for $190 million. So if you times that by 3, that is $570 million, which could literally cripple Buzbee. And I wouldn't even feel bad. I wouldn't even feel bad. No, he's not authorized. I wouldn't even feel bad. Because why are you extorting people? And why is the first thing you do is say, this is a demand letter, give us money, instead of, this is what my victim said, we're going to court, you're going to be exposed to the world, and then my victim is going to get her payday. You just off the rip said, hey, we want money. The same thing essentially happened to Shannon Sharpe. Same thing happened to Shannon Sharpe. But because he was guilty, he paid up. Nine times I would believe so. I would believe so. It does not say anything in the article, but that would make the most sense. Or at least there's a suspension, I would assume. Buzbee thought he was like other black celebs who would roll over. Imagine if Jay didn't have the means to defend himself. And that's, you know what, that's why Tony Buzbee is stupid. Because if he actually did his fucking research, he would have knew better. But he saw the fact that Diddy was already in some shit. Because y'all remember when he brought the cases about Diddy to the forefront, it was a whole big spectacle. And it was about, like, he was saying like he had 100 different people who were accusing Diddy of crimes and shit like that. Shit was crazy. Like he's in over his head. Yeah, he had a hotline. A whole hotline that was telling people to call. And he had so many stories. He had so many stories about from older people, from alleged children. And the stories that he was reading was so devastating. It was hard to get through the things that he was alleging in those documents. And what's crazy is him being greedy and him being him deceiving is the fact that he gave Diddy a out. Because Jay-Z was able to prove that this didn't actually happen. Now, well, I don't know what happened with Diddy, but I know I wasn't personally there. I wasn't personally there. And mind you, this nigga Diddy is a devious person. Just stupid. Just stupid. Now your license is at risk. Your reputation is at risk. All of it is at risk. Yep. He's MAGA. He's one of Trump's boys. He's been investing in Trump. And we know Trump hates Jay-Z. He hates Beyonce, Tony Buzbee, and Jaguar Wright, who also went on Piers Morgan and was saying disgusting things about Jay-Z, and Jay-Z sent a cease and desist to Piers Morgan, and the very next day Piers Morgan was on TV apologizing. Jaguar Wright is in Donald Trump's house getting medals of freedom. Okay. All right now. Shout out to the cousin. Kim with the $2 holla. Start bench cut. Jay-Z, Kendrick, Jadakiss. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to me, Cam? You know that's my big three. This is crazy. Oh man, this is fucking me up. Right? He always coming through with a tough question. I'm gonna have to start putting Cam on time out, because this should be fucking me up now. Start bench cut. Okay. You know what? It's really not that hard. To be honest. Kendrick, I'm gonna start Kendrick. Because Kendrick can do everything that Jay-Z can do. Times 10. Kendrick also has the performance aspect that Jay-Z lacks. So that to me, that's not hard. So I would start Kendrick. I would bench Jay-Z and I would cut Jadakiss. Yeah, that's easy for me. It's not that hard, to be honest. But yeah, those are my faves. I love them. They're my big three. You can't tell me nothing about them three, okay? Nothing. Yeah, I would. Why? I'm not picking Jadakiss over Jay-Z. Again, I love all of them deeply, but Jadakiss is not better than Jay-Z. He's not. And you know what's crazy? Jay-Z is fucking petty, because imagine being fans of Jay-Z and Jadakiss, and Jay-Z wants to decide to get on every fucking record that Jadakiss is on because they in the middle of some petty back and forth. Like, leave that nigga alone. Stop trying to bully niggas. There was no reason for you to get on Best of Me with Maya. I mean, I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you did because part 2 is fire. But Jay-Z is very petty, bro. He's very fucking petty. And the older I get, the more mature I get, and the older I get, I understand why Nas wanted to hang him from a Summer Jam stage. Like, I get it. Because he was a fucking menace to society when it came to other artists. He was so arrogant and cocky, but it worked. It worked. It really did work. That nigga Nas wanted to get a dummy and hang him from the Summer Jam stage and got mad because they said no. Like, this is what I mean when it comes to Drake and his fucking complaining. Imagine Kendrick would have got a Drake dummy and hanged you from the Toronto stadium. That would have been egregious. All he did was perform Not Like Us 2 nights in a row. He was tripping. And then had the audacity to get mad at Hot 97 and wanted to fight the people. That shit is crazy. Drake is more arrogant and cocky than him. Yeah, but I guess the difference is that Jay-Z could actually rap. Drake can't. So all I'm saying is it could have been worse for Drake. It could have been absolutely worse. Like, Kendrick could have really did some real damage. He could have performed Meet the Rams, but he did. Nas was wilding. Nas was bugging out, bro. Harvey would have had a heart attack. Listen, he would have called them people on Kendrick. But yeah, so yeah, shout out to Jay-Z for not just laying down, Tony Buzbee. And you know what's still fucked up to this day is that Tony Buzbee made that announcement on the day that Blue Ivy had her red carpet premiere for her part in that Lion King movie. Like that is fucked up. You took that moment from that child based on things that have come out to be lies. Your victim wasn't a victim. Your victim is actually a disabled woman that you were taking advantage of, which is also fucked up. So I understand why Jay-Z really wouldn't take this shit laying down. Not only did you accuse me of abusing someone, you accused me of abusing a child that isn't a similar age to my fucking daughter. You are out of your mind. And I hope he takes them to the cleaners. Sometimes you gotta make people an example. You gotta show people that you can't just play with me. I'm not gonna go away quietly. You're not gonna send me no demand letter and I'm just gonna say, all right, I'll pay it. No, absolutely not. And people who just decide to pay it, y'all are crazy as fuck too. That screams guilty. If I know I did not commit a crime, I know I did not sexually assault somebody, I'm not paying nobody nothing. We gonna go head up for the world to see. And I'm gonna come out on top. Period. But yeah, that's that on that. I'll keep y'all posted if there's any more updates. Again, shout out to y'all. We're up to 170 plus likes, so thank you so much. It says we got a little over almost 200 people in here. So if you can like the video, let's get us to 200 likes. I would appreciate that. And thank you again to everybody who's contributed to today's goal. Thank you so much. If you can contribute, I would appreciate that as well. Thank you. And next up, let's laugh a little bit, I guess. Let's laugh a little bit. The other topics were a little too serious, so let's laugh. And yes, Aubrey, you are going to be the butt of our joke Per usual. Per fucking usual. Drake fans, if you're in here, this is your opportunity to come forward. Because I know you motherfuckers are in here. I know you motherfuckers are in here. Smash the like button. Smash the like button in this link right here. This link is for you. This link is for you. If you would like to come up and speak your piece, I would love to hear what you got to say. I would love to hear what you have to say. I saw your community post about this. Shout out to the community post. It be reaching the people. I'm glad it reached you. But yeah, so let's talk about Orbs for a second. Let's give it up for Crody. Nobody breaks a record like he does. I'm telling you, nobody breaks a record like Crody. Drake's Make Them Cry, you know, the song Spotify got caught lying about, and BTS fans essentially surrounded the building and was threatening to kidnap people's children. Yeah, that song. If they didn't rectify the shit, that song. Yeah, that song from his Iceman album that debuted at #1 on global Spotify has officially departed the charts in just 12 or 13 days. I can't remember. 12 days. That's a fucking record, Aubrey. You never cease to amaze me. Like, chat, clap it up for Aubrey. Clap it up for Aubrey. Because only Aubrey can pull some shit off like this. Not only did Aubrey have Spotify and Billboard try to tell us he broke the record for the most streamed song in a day, but he also, with that same song, is now the fastest #1 song to exit the chart in less than 12 days. My God. My fucking God. Aubrey, you are just one of a kind. You really are. And Taylor Swift, she previously held the record, which is the shortest run for a #1 song, which was her song Mine. I think it's called Mine. I don't think I've ever heard of that song, but goddamn, Lucian, what the fuck do your children have going on over there? What do your son and daughter have going on over there? They going band for band with who can flop the hardest on global Spotify. What is up with that? This shit is crazy. Somebody got to make sense of this. But even Taylor, though, got more range and delivery. So yeah, it's this nigga flopping the hardest. But again, let's give it up for the boy, because not only did the song not break the BTS record like Spotify and Billboard tried to lie to us, it created a new record because it flopped so hard on top of only doing 13K in pure sales. You really outdid yourself this time. Aubrey. Aubrey is one of a kind, ain't he? They on Twitter talking about Lucian let him take the alleged bots out for a spin one last time, and then he took them back. Oh my God. Aubrey, you gotta patch things up with Lucian. Cause this isn't looking too good. Second day, what was the second day? He lost 70 million streams. Next day was like 40 something. Ended up totaling like 100 something, which is funny because you in that song, one of those songs talking about 100 million streams. Where did they go? Where did yours go? Answer that question. It is so funny. It's so fascinating, y'all, how there's pages dedicated for the amount of streams an artist does every day, right? They're tracking it every single day, and every single day they're updating all types of artists and how many streams they lost or how many streams they gained overnight. It is so funny that we can pull that information up for Aubrey, But we cannot pull that information up for Kendrick. Ain't that fascinating? Like, it don't make sense. Like, how can you say someone lost 100 million streams, and then when we ask you to prove that he lost 100 million streams, your references are Reddit and a Twitter account called Poo Things, a Twitter account about shit, a Twitter account about Dookie. Ice Spice might run that page because she always talking about poop. Ice Spice might run that Twitter account. But if that's your resource, you are pathetic. You are pathetic, because why can I go to this Spotify page and pull up your Spotify streams that are now in the red, but I can't do the same thing for Kendrick? Why can't you go to that page and find the fact that Kendrick Lamar lost 100 million streams? The math just don't be math, and the evidence just don't be evidence, and like, it just really doesn't. And the fact that you're trying to get that shit off to the point that you put it in a song, mind you, when the courts asked you to provide proof, your proof of body was a clip of Joe Budden, but you chopped it and left off the part where Joe Budden accused you of botting too. Like, everybody over there just stupid. Everybody over there just fucking stupid. I don't get it. I don't get it. It does not make sense. And then Pepper, they're saying it about Luther, one of the biggest songs in the world. So you're telling me Luther lost 100 million streams, but was still able to go number one for 13 weeks? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You should be able to pull a statement from Spotify that says Luther lost this, Luther lost that, but you can't. You can't. You can't at all. So we got Spotify lying about First Day Records. Your fans on Twitter, they're in spaces coming up with plans like they're at Fortune 500 companies, like they're on Teams meeting talking about we need to be able to breathe easy. So they're creating sleep playlists and they're mass buying your songs, which only resulted in 13K pure sales. Something is suspicious. Something is very suspicious, and I'm almost apprehensive to ask, should we expect a stadium tour from you? Or is this arenas only? Are you even gonna tour? Are you even gonna tour? Because you had to cancel those Australian dates. So are you even gonna tour? But that's my question. Should we expect or not expect a stadium tour? I need to know, man. No shade. Just very curious. I'm very fucking curious. I really am. And am I wrong for being curious, cousins? I don't know. I don't know. Like, this is something I've been thinking about lately regarding Drake and his touring. Because for years we've been told Drake is the biggest artist in the world, not just one of the biggest rappers, the biggest artist. He is the stream king. He is the numbers king, the untouchable hit maker. He is everything. Everything. Every week. Every week they're telling us how he's the most streamed rapper in the world. I'm just not getting it. Pepper said, Monie, he is the most streamed artist, yet Rihanna always has more monthly listeners than him. Riri has 110 monthly listeners currently. And she ain't dropping like, what, a decade? She hasn't dropped in a decade. You know, Aubrey love an intimate environment, so he probably stick with the arena tour. Never wrong to be curious. Thank you, Lina. I appreciate you clarifying that for me and assuring me. Thank you. But like I said, for years, we have been told that Drake is the biggest artist in the world. Not just one of the biggest rappers, but the biggest artist, the stream king, the big numbers guy. Here goes our annoying cousin. Shout out to It's Just Different with the 5. I appreciate you contributing to today's goal. He says, yes, Drake can and will do stadiums after he do the Super Bowl next year. Solo too, unlike Kenny. Oh my God. Yeah, he done turned the Super Bowl down 1,000,000 times, according to Maul. According to academics, he done turned the Super Bowl down 100 times. So, cousins, why is it different this time? Why is he gonna do the Super Bowl this time if he's turned it down 1,000,000 times? Let me know. I need to know. He done turned the Super Bowl down, and he has never fully done a stadium tour in America. Right? How the biggest artist not done the stadium? I don't know. That's the questions I need. I was hoping some of the Aubrey Angels pull up and they can give me some insight, but it seems like they don't want to talk to me tonight or something. I don't know. Usually they in here cursing me out, or they're in my comment section cursing me out, telling me to shut the fuck up. I don't know anything. Sending me emails talking about ice me and shebang and shit like that. Today I got an email from a girl of all people. I don't know if the bitch is stupid or not, but she used her actual email, so I was able to find her Instagram. And I sent her Instagram. I said, bitch, do you know I could find you and fuck you up if I wanted to? But she's sending me links about Rihanna and Serena Williams. Ho, are you stupid? You're sending me links about other women who've dated the men that you're obsessed with. Go touch grass, bitch. Go touch fucking grass. But it just doesn't make sense. That why has Drake never fully done a stadium tour in America? And before anybody gets emotional, because I know y'all in here eavesdropping, it's 248 people in here, and the same couple people are typing. Y'all just in here being nosy as fuck. And I respect it. I get it. I get it. But maybe one of y'all will be brave enough to come forward and explain to me why Drake has never fully done a stadium tour. And I'm not trying to argue. I'm really trying to have a decent conversation. So don't get emotional. Let's just talk facts like adults. Like there's an obvious difference between, the arenas and the stadiums. When you have an arena, that's like your NBA games, your NHL games. That's usually like 10,000, 20,000 seats, depending on the venue, the setup. Then the stadiums are the home of the NFL, right? The NFL venues, which is like 40,000 could go all the way up to like 80,000, maybe even more depending on the venue. So there's a completely different level of demand when it comes to an arena tour and a stadium tour, which Drake does often, arena tours. When you look at streaming numbers, Drake is constantly He's constantly placed in the conversations with artists like Beyonce. He's up there with Taylor Swift. Even Beyonce is not streaming that high, and that's likely because she don't put albums on fucking Spotify and shit like that. She wait like 3 years later. But even Beyonce, she's queen of stadiums. The first female artist to do a full stadium tour in history. That's a fact. You can Google that. There's Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, Bad Bunny. Shout out to Benito. But Taylor Swift is doing stadiums. Beyonce does stadiums. The Weeknd does stadiums. Bad Bunny does stadiums, but internationally, he don't fuck with us over here. He likes to protect his fans. So he stays on the other side. And now people are even trying to compare Drake to Michael Jackson because he tied Michael Jackson's record for most solo #1 hits by a male artist. And that's a little iffy because people were pointing out how all of Michael Jackson's #1s are actual solo songs. Whereas Drake's solo quote unquote songs are not actual solo songs. I believe 6 of them are features. Only 4 are actual solos, or maybe it's the other way around. I don't remember. But either way, he doesn't have a full list of solo songs and to be compared to Michael Jackson. And honestly, that comparison makes this touring conversation also interesting and more questionable because how are you comparing yourself to Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson was doing stadiums globally decades ago. Not arenas, stadiums. And motherfuckers was in them stadiums passing the fuck out. You know how when you go into the club in the bottle, the ladies with the bottles come, the waitresses with the bottles come and they passing the bottles to the back. That's how they was passing the bodies in the crowd at Michael Jackson's concerts. They was passing them over top of each other because shit was getting so hectic in the crowd. It was pandemonium. Nobody's doing that at a Drake concert. Absolutely nobody is doing that at a Drake concert. Michael Jackson had worldwide demand, worldwide hysteria, different levels of motion. It's different. It's different. It's not the same. We're talking about an artist whose movie, Michael, currently is about to be streamed in a stadium overseas so people can watch it in the fucking stadium, a movie. Michael isn't even here and they are going to stream a movie in a stadium for Michael. That is an elite level of cultural impact. There will never be another person greater than Michael Jackson. Beyonce is a close second, but that's another story for another day. So when people hear Drake being compared to Michael Jackson, naturally they're going to start looking and wondering who the fuck said that. And they're also going to start doing research. They're going to start looking beyond Spotify numbers and ask, do the real world actually fuck with this nigga like y'all are telling us? And mind you, this isn't me saying that Drake isn't successful. That's not what I'm saying. So be clear. That's not what I'm saying at all. Arena touring is still a major deal. That's success. Most artists will never be able to do an arena tour. Lil Baby may never sniff an arena tour. These clubs and standing on couches for you for forever. You know? But Drake, he is marketed differently. He is marketed differently. The industry is presenting him as a once in a generational global force, a global icon, the biggest artist alive, the guy whose numbers supposedly cannot be touched. So again, people are naturally going to compare his touring footprint to other artists operating in that untouchable category. And that's the issue. That's where this shit don't add up. The math is shaky. That's where the math is shaky, because if the audience is truly as massive as the streaming numbers suggest, wouldn't stadium touring already be automatic? Wouldn't that be automatic? I mean, we can't say the promoters are stopping him, because the promoters love money. Live Nation loves money. Remember, he was telling us in those text messages to Johnny Blaze that he's a slave to Live Nation right now because he was touring. You cannot tell me he would rather do 80 shows in an arena instead of doing 40 shows in a stadium. You can't tell me he can't. Especially for a man who has stomach issues the way he has stomach issues. He also has a young son that he would want to be around, I'm pretty sure, right? I don't know. The labels love the money, so they're not stopping him. If Drake could consistently move 60,000 to 80,000 tickets per night across America, they would have absolutely made that happen. And this is why people are now looking at you funny in the light. Especially when y'all are trying to beat it in our head that this man is the most streamed artist in the world. That he's the biggest artist in the world. You cannot keep trying to tell us that he is the biggest, he's the best, he's untouchable. He is worth $5 billion. But he doesn't even do the bare minimum in comparison to actual large artists, to big artists. He doesn't do anything that they do. Streaming can be influenced by a lot of things. There's playlist placement. We see what your fans be doing on the timeline. Algorithm pushes, autoplay, viral trends, label relationships. All of that shit can factor into streaming. That's why it's a cop out when people are comparing the physical era to the streaming era. It's stupid. And then there's the bot thing. You know, you tried to bring it to the forefront and tried to flip it on other people, but this has been a conversation about you for a long time. Take off those fabricated streams and the microwave memes. Is a real world outside. People been talking about you botting for a very long time. And you wanted to point the finger at other people to take the heat off of you. Come on now. You can manipulate streams, but you know what's harder to manipulate? Ticket sales. You cannot manipulate ticket sales. You cannot fake thousands and thousands of people physically showing up every night, Aubrey. You can't. And to me, pure sales, we've had the pure sales conversation a little bit on this channel, but pure sales in touring has become one of the clearest indicators of a true artist demand. Easily. And then again, you know, we're trying to, you know, slow cook this, but to be fair, there are valid reasons an artist may choose arenas over stadiums, right? Some artists prefer indoor acoustics, like with To Pimp a Butterfly. Kendrick decided to do Couns' Groove sessions, which were very intimate, smaller venues, closer to the people, you know, and it made sense. Some people prefer intimacy. Some tours work better visually in arenas as well. Some don't want the production costs that come with the stadium touring. I get it. Those are all fair points. But fans are still noticing that Drake's touring reality does not fully reflect the way his dominance is marketed online. And that conversation becomes even more obvious watching other artists evolve into larger live attractions over time, especially in hip hop, man. Especially in hip hop, because now people are looking at actual movement, not just the streams, not just the playlist numbers, not just the chart placements, not just the radio play. People are looking at who can move crowds, who can create demand at the highest level, who can fill buildings at stadium capacity. Because streams are one thing. Getting tens of thousands of people to spend real money, travel, book hotels, get babysitters, new outfits, all types of shit, and physically show up night after night, that's a completely different level of support. And you know what makes this conversation even more interesting, y'all, is the fact that Drake has actually tried to do a stadium before. He has tried to do it. Drake has actually attempted stadium dates before. People forget that. Even I forgot that. I forgot that as well. I forgot that shit as well. There were reports surrounding his 2023 tour that included stadium dates like FedEx Field, and those dates reportedly ended up canceled with explanations tied to cost supply chains. And when I first saw the tweet, I wanted to make sure that this wasn't just some tweet being tweeted by some random person. But no, not a random person. This is an actual person. This is Darren M. Haynes. He is an American sports anchor. He works with ESPN. He works on SportsCenter. This is an actual person, an actual reporter. So it's not some bullshit tweet. And it was a hit tweet back then. It got a lot of views. People were saying things in the comments. Nigga thought he was Beyonce. Somebody had to bring him to reality. People are so funny. Here's the tweet. Nigga thought he was Beyonce. Somebody had to bring him to reality. Oh, please. The real challenge was selling that many tickets. How you cancel something you never announced? Question marks. Boo. I feel like there was a shortage of equipment because B took it all. Stadium is a big jump for bro. You haven't had a ground shaking song since Hotline Bling and want to fill a motherfucking stadium. LOL. Meanwhile, your boy Weeknd's currently doing an almost 2-year long stadium tour because he's a hit machine and plus Doja Cat. So people were responding to this. Is this just fancy talk for the ticket sale projections were bad? So a lot of people had a lot to say about this situation when it kicked off in 2023. So yeah, like I said, the explanation was cost supply chain issues. And that's funny to me because that like this person said, this just feels like ticket issues. Same with the Australian tour. They were saying logistics issues. No, it was ticket issues, bro. Niggas wasn't showing up. They weren't showing up, and that's the part Drake fans never want to discuss when it's time to talk some real shit. Because the common defense is always, oh, Drake just doesn't want to do stadiums. But if that were that was true, that was truly the case, why attempt it in the first place? You do not schedule stadiums by accident. You don't. He scheduled them. He attempted to do them. It fell through. So he canceled. And niggas want to know why the biggest artist in the world is canceling stadium tours. Especially when we've seen other hip hop artists successfully enter stadium territory. Even if only for limited runs. Like Travis Scott, he usually does like a mixture, like 2 or 3 or so stadium tours in the mix of his arena tours. Kanye West does stadium tours in the mix. He's currently I think he got a couple shows coming up in Florida or something like that. Unless they get canceled, I don't know. By them people. And we've seen Jay-Z do stadium tours. He did a stadium tour with Justin Timberlake, and he done stadium tours with his wife. We even seen Eminem do stadium tours with Rihanna. You know, that's your love of your life, Drake. Eminem was on tour with her for a couple days. Back to Jay-Z. Jay-Z is about to do 3 nights in a stadium in New York this summer. It's going to be lit in New York. That man has not dropped an album in years. But the dates are all sold out. All 3 dates are sold out off of old music. When you that. And Jay-Z does not have millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions on stream. You know? He's not on those monthly stream lists like that. He's not at the top of those lists. But he still could sell out a stadium. Because he's Jay-Z. People are gonna show up for Jay-Z. That says something about your real world demand. It look good on the internet when you got these people typing it out, when you got Billboard typing it out, when you got Complex trying to shove it in your everybody's fucking face, when you got All Day Hip Hop and Kirko trying to tell us every fucking week that you're the most streamed artist in the world, but you can't do a stadium tour. It's just not making sense. And then here comes Lil Kenny. Here comes Lil Man. Here comes Lil Man. The same Kendrick a certain fan base swears is smaller than Drake. You know, the first rapper to headline a Super Bowl, done the Super Bowl twice, but the first rapper to headline a Super Bowl. Kendrick just completed the first full stadium tour run in hip-hop history alongside Solana. Then the final leg was him all by himself. Added in, attached the Spilt Milk Festival to the GNX experience. And they had just had to cancel their festival the previous year. But niggas found out Kendrick was coming, and it became a sold-out festival within hours. That's real impact, where a whole festival can go from being canceled the prior year to being completely sold out in hours because they heard Lil Man was coming. Like, come on. Would they have sold that festival out if you pulled up? I don't know. We saw you at Camp Flognaw Festival and they was booing your ass. We seen you at that other festival trying to perform one dance and nobody was listening. And you was getting upset about it. We seen you at Wireless Festival and they were throwing bottles at you. We seen you at another concert in Australia. They were throwing tissue at you. Like, these motherfuckers do not want to see you. So again, people are naturally asking, how is the artist y'all call less relevant boring, too conscious, suddenly operating in stadium spaces while the supposed biggest artist in the world still hasn't fully planted his flag in a stadium yet. You ain't even planted your flag in your own backyard in Toronto. Kendrick Lamar came in your trap and did 2 full nights, and they were begging him to perform the song that slaughtered you. We were playing that shit at the repass. They were demanding him to repeat the song both nights. They had politicians in the building. And you got mad at the politician because he wanted to enjoy a concert. He wanted to be in the stadium too. You ain't giving him that opportunity to be in the stadium. So why can't he be in the stadium to watch SZA and Kendrick? That's not fair. That's not right. So again, I asked, how is the artist that's less relevant, boring, slave rap, Harriet Tubman music, too conscious, suddenly operating in stadium spaces while you've never done it? Especially because he got a smaller catalog than you. He's had fewer releases than you. He has had longer gaps between his albums than you. You know, y'all like to harp on stupid shit like that. Oh my God, he ain't released an album in 5 years. So fucking what, nigga? He was outside living life. Again, the math don't be mathing. And I think that's why this conversation continues to grow, and people are going to continue to question why Aubrey has not done a stadium tour yet, or at least a few stadium dates. I mean, hell, J. Cole even added a stadium to his most recent tour that he about to start in July. It's in Africa, but he added it. You gonna let Kendrick and J. Cole perform in a stadium before you? That's what you gonna do? I don't know. You can't keep hiding behind tweets and Spotify playlists, bro. Niggas want to see you actually move people in real life. That's what they want to see. They want to see you in them stadiums, Orbs. The OV hoes want to see you in that stadium. They want to hear you perform Family Matters in a stadium. Come on now. You gotta start making this shit make sense, because it's looking real funny and light. It's really looking like that $250 bill Trump is trying to push. The shit ain't adding up, bro. It ain't adding up. But I'm gonna stop ranting. I think I got my point across. I hope I got my point across. I think I got my point across. But Aubrey, you gotta stop playing now. You can't keep lying about this. I don't know. Hold on. Let me check these super chats real quick, and I'm gonna look at some of y'all's comments to get y'all's POV. Cousin again, thank you with the 5. Cause it's in LA this year. Get back to Kenny in LA. Break the ratings record. Jay-Z gonna let him do it. Iceman Super Bowl, then freeze the world tour. Hell would freeze over. Don't you understand how this man has been disrespecting Jay-Z? What rock are you living under? I really need to know. What rock are you living under? The Beyonce disrespect, the Jay-Z disrespect. It ain't happening, bro. It ain't happening. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. If it happens, I'll come back and I'll apologize to you. But I don't foresee myself doing that at all. At all. Shout out to Cam with the 5. Drake not even the best artist in Canada. That's The Weeknd. Listen, that's what the math says. That's what the awards say. That's what the stadiums say. He's consistently booked in stadiums. That motherfucker been on tour for like 2 years. Shout out to the cousin Raphael. Appreciate the 5. Aubrey defense team. You can state his case at yeah. Click that link. Nobody has clicked the link. They silent tonight. I left the door open. It's crazy. They didn't want to come in tonight, but any other time I lock the door. They wait the full 30 minutes and then they come in and pop in shit. But now, since the door is just wide open, nobody want to say nothing. It's crazy. They so ass backwards. I don't get them, man. I really don't get them at all. They're confusing me. Shout out to Raphael. Appreciate it. Towards the goal. Thank you so much, cousin. Thank you. Shit don't make sense. Hold on. Let me go back up to look at some of these comments that y'all left. He might do one now to one up Kendrick. That's very Drake. That's very Drake-esque. He would definitely do that. I mean, we saw him do it with the Miss Him Around the Big Stepper store. He made sure to do the most to be able to snatch the record from Kendrick. Added all these people, you know. Streaming games can be played. Touring, that's people in seats. Listen, asses need to be in seats, bro. Asses need to be in seats. And what's so funny to me is how they used to be taking pictures like 2 hours before the show even starts. And they're like, look, it's empty. And once the show is starting, they're like, whatever, they gave away free tickets. Like, y'all are so delusional. Y'all are so delusional. It's not even funny. It's not even funny, bro. The Weeknd made $1 billion on his last tour. What you mean last tour? He's still on that damn tour. The Weeknd been touring for forever. That motherfucker on like his 300th date. God damn. I'm wishing the best for everyone's success. Amen. Also, the performance. People will record his live performance and he will need to show if he really is MJ. Could you imagine him trying to dance like MJ? Now, Miss Him Around the Big Steppers, Kendrick was up there shaking ass. But Kendrick got rhythm. Kendrick can actually dance. This nigga, on the other hand, 2 left feet. 2 left feet. BTS, Taylor, Justin, Beyonce could flood the zone with 3 albums today and break his record. Streaming isn't the be all in all. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Hey, shout out to the cousins. We did hit 200 likes. We got 215 likes. So shout out to y'all. I appreciate that very, very much. Also, shout out to everybody who's contributed to the goal. I appreciate that very, very, very much. Thank you. We are currently at 11 out of 20. So shout out to y'all. I appreciate that. Shout out to the cousin with the $2 holla. Can't wait for that apology. Listen, I have no problems apologizing. Ever. One thing I do is if I was wrong, I was wrong. And I'll say I was wrong. But I don't foresee myself being wrong in this instant. At all. Jay-Z don't care. He want them ratings. Drake get. Listen, there's many people who can give Jay-Z the ratings that he wants. Trust me, and it ain't Aubrey. It ain't Aubrey. They can put anybody on that stage and they're gonna get good ratings regardless. The only time the ratings were iffy was last year, and it was because Bad Bunny in with the ICE situation and people quote unquote boycotting, but the ratings were still good. They were still successful. So That man is not a good performer. He does not know how to put on a Super Bowl S performance. Like, please stop it. Shout out to the cousin Darren Wilson. Why you can't go stadium tours like Kendrick Drake, but you've been the game 15 plus years. Why? But you was the biggest artist, right? We still trying to figure that out. We're still trying to figure that out, Darren. Again, like I said, doing an arena tour is an amazing feat. A lot of people will never get to experience that. So, gotta give them kudos to be able to do that, right? That's the bare minimum, right? But never having a stadium is interesting. And like I said, he's attempted it, but it fell through, and he tried to blame it on supply chain issues. I don't know what the fuck that means, but it's just interesting. Forever Blessed, what's going on, cousin? He broke the record. Now what? I mean, he went number one with some sleepy songs for men. J. Cole went number one. This is what we knew would happen. But what does any of this change? He still lost. It changes nothing. They just want to brag. And you know what I find interesting too about him breaking Michael Jackson's quote unquote record is the fact that SZA broke a record for Michael Jackson. And what she do? She got on the internet and she said her pleasantries, gave respect to Michael Jackson, and went about her business. Rihanna is ahead of Drake and Michael Jackson. Taylor Swift is ahead of Drake and Michael Jackson. None of them came out and made this big ass spectacle about it. You know? None of them disrespected Michael. None of them altered Michael's appearance. They didn't slap a lace front on him, turned him pale white and blue to freeze him in time. Like, they didn't do any of that. They didn't buy a glove and squish his big ass hands in it. They didn't do any of that. I can't even recall if they even acknowledged it. But that's the type of shit he does when it comes to the legends and the greats. He disrespects them. He's been disrespecting Tupac for a long fucking time. No one can make me feel like him having California Love playing when someone flushes a toilet as endearing. That's disrespectful. You took a shit, and when you flush the toilet, it's gonna play California Love. That's disrespectful. Very disrespectful. You buying vehicles that look like the vehicle Tupac died in, and you're taking pictures and putting it on social media so people can insinuate that that's the vehicle Tupac died in. You're buying fake replica jewelry. And fucking Suge Knight, of all people, got a call on a jail phone to say, bitch, you got finessed. Like, you consistently disrespect Tupac. And it's like, why? What for? You made an AI song of this man. You didn't even make him sound like himself. You made him sound like you. And then you made him talk about pedophilia. Like, this is the stupid shit that you be doing. All you do is disrespect the greats. You're on that MTV Cribs, whatever show it was, and you showing that Pharrell was your idol. You looked up to him. Here we go, years down the road. You're disrespecting him in songs. You're buying his old jewelry that he put up for auction to help the youth, to help the kids. And you're buying these chains and then you're putting them on your neck, talking about you melted them down and telling people to come get someone's legacy out of your house as if you snatched the chains off of Pharrell's neck. That's how we know you're a fucking loser. You bought the chains, bro. You didn't snatch some shits off of Pharrell's neck. And why the fuck would you tell me to come get this man's legacy out my house when he didn't want the chains? He put them up for auction for a reason, you stupid bitch. Like, come on. Now you don't rate Pusha T, but you were peddling through eBay buying his old microphones and shit. Like, I think this nigga really do be trying to destiny swap. I really do. I really do. I think this motherfucker be buying people's shit and doing some type of voodoo shit at home and trying to hoard their energy. I don't know. It's weird. Why would you want to buy all of these artifacts and shit like that? And then you're playing with them. It just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. But yeah, he broke the record. And then what he decided to do is post MJ in a lace front. Weird. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I do not get it. Hold on, let me go to the most recent comments because I am behind, it seems. I'm way behind. Lil Wayne engaged. That's what the internet is saying, but I don't know how true that is. I seen somebody post a photo, but the photo looked AI to me, so I just ignored the story. But that's the rumor that Lil Wayne is engaged to a 20-year-old or something like that. I really don't know personally. And I honestly didn't care for the story. I was more concerned about the story of him saying that he doesn't control his music when they were asking him about his album. And he was saying how people come into the room, they pick songs, and then they just create the album. He doesn't even know what the album title is going to be. That low-key threw me off. But yeah, I don't know. Well, damn, man. Jesus Christ. Woo-wee. God damn. All that. You doing with all that back there? By the way, I'm born same year as Drake for real time. Drake not heaven sent. That's funny. He ciphers his energy. He wants to be like these people, but he knows deep down he's not. Like, just be yourself at the end of the day. You know? Like, why don't you want to be yourself? Why do you want to be everybody else? Why do you want to hop from city to city, state to state, being everybody else but yourself? Mess around and experience the unfortunately premature fate Pac and MJ did. Listen, that shit is real. That shit is real. Me either, Pepper. I don't remember Riri or anybody being this big-headed at all about it. Not at all. Something happened again with Tory Lanez. He couldn't fill the stadium. That's when he was trying to get Kendrick on the first person shooter this morning. Yeah, man. Yeah, Pepper, that's what they saying. Tory Lanez got denied again. Thank God. Keep that demon in prison. Shout out to Documentings. It says a federal judge has now denied Daystar Peterson emergency TRO request in his new correctional officer case and also denied his related motion to file supporting materials under seal. The court's reasoning was procedural, not merits-based. According to the order, the judge found that Peterson's counsel did not show adequate ex parte notice efforts before filing the TRO request. The court said it could not identify any sufficient attempts to notify the opposing parties or determine their position before the application was filed, noting counsel referenced speaking with various individuals around April, nearly a month earlier, which the court found insufficient under the judge's ex parte procedures. I think this has to do with that quote unquote stabbing that he was involved with. And he said that the officers essentially didn't protect him and that they have been retaliating against him. The redacted declaration from attorney says Peterson reported retaliatory conduct after filing the civil rights action. Reference his prior near fatal stabbing year. SCCI in May 2025 says he filed 602 forms and an excessive force complaint and asked the court to excuse notice because advance notice could itself trigger further retaliation. The declaration also states Peterson is in work programs and classes and currently has a parole eligible date of August 2029. Enjoy your time, Leprechaun. It seems like he's just trying to do any and everything to get out of jail. Personally, in my opinion, like, should he have been stabbed? No, probably not. But the way that they described the stabbing, it doesn't seem like it was as graphic as they wanted the world to seem. It seemed like they were looking for sympathy. They were trying to make him a victim. They were saying like he was on his deathbed, but you seen him like 2 weeks later in a Zoom court hearing, and it looks like nothing fucking happened to him. You know what I mean? And yeah, so it just looks like this is another attempt of him trying to just get out of jail. I don't know. Maybe he should have ducked. I don't know. Maybe he should have ducked and dodged the knife. I don't know. I just don't feel bad for Tory Lanez. Anything that he has happening to him, it is because of his own actions. Just don't feel bad for this nigga at all. This is the same nigga who was literally being accused of shooting a woman who and then got involved in an altercation where him and his security guards jumped Albus Alsina, and then he called into Academics Extreme and pretended he had no idea what was going on until he realized there was footage of him assaulting this person. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't get it. Nikki said they need to add some years to Tory prison stay for wasting the course time over and over. And I feel like this is harassment towards us as well. Like, he's harassing us. No problem, Darren. That's all it is. He wants to go home so bad. You can answer your fucking self. Terrace Porter, why does Young M.A. have Tory Lanez on his song in 2026? Bitches be weird. And that's funny because we were just literally talking about Young M.A. and we were talking about how she's we're glad her health is in a better state. And she had put out a freestyle. But yeah, that's weird. Bitches be weird. Bitches do not care. Do not care at all. And this fool has a music video chopping up pigs and chickens and stuff like that. Yeah, I think even in the background, he was chopping up horse feet. Like, you're a fucking idiot. And then you're also antagonizing her on social media. Like, you deserve every bad thing that happened to you. I hope they pull every single follicle from your hair transplant up. Every single one. And I just said I was going to listen to her album. Never mind. Exactly. I was going to listen to it too. Now I'm not. Now I don't care to listen. I'm good now. You can miss me with that. I am good. Have nothing. Let's see what else going on Twitter. That's cute. Yeah, I want to go listen to that Monaleo song. Ariana Grande also dropped. I want to hear what she's singing about. But yeah, cousins, that's all I got for the night. I'm not gonna keep holding y'all. I appreciate y'all pulling up on this Thursday night. I know folks gotta, get to work in the morning. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I hope you enjoyed this stream. Thank you again to everybody who participated in the chat, liking the video, sharing the video, contributed to the goal. Thank you so much for what we were able to accomplish. Again, I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. And I will probably see y'all tomorrow, especially if something happens. I'll probably see y'all tomorrow a little earlier, maybe like 7 o'clock or something, 7, 8 o'clock. Yeah, y'all be safe. Y'all enjoy yourself and y'all have a good night. I will holler at y'all later.